I think I should abstain recording those videos later at night. It's 11:30 p.m. and I haven't finished all of it. Anyway, hello. How are you? Good? Good. I'm glad that you're good. So, here's my next tutorial of our magnificent platform. But as usual, Mission Control Center, right? Mission Control Center with the statistics distilled into different time categories. And I recalled I haven't shown you a really cool feature that we actually have is external ads that we have at this dashboard. Technically, what it means is that there is an internal ads. It's the PPC that every seller runs, or must run, I would rather say, on the platform. And the external ads, it either be TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Google, whatever, you name it. And here the platform, you can see the statistics for the internal ads, separate statistic for the external ads, and the combined total statistics. I'll go into statistics in detail a little bit later. However, just so you understand that why we have such a low number here, just because we technically do not run ads on other platforms but Amazon, because in our category it doesn't work very well. We sell the products that are higher north of $100, higher 50, and people are very reluctant spending a lot of money from the external ads seeing our product on like TikTok, which is understandable, right? When did you last time spend more than $150 on the ads that you saw on the social media? Very seldom. Most likely it's like $30, $40. Anyway, what I wanted to show you is a page called Statistics and Metrics. Essentially, what this page is about is that, let's take this quarter, is that takes your data from Amazon according to the marketplace that you can specify. By the way, you can combine, you can add marketplace to this tab, or you can like choose the whole world, but for the simplicity we just keep it as the United States only, okay, and keep the USD dollars only. But remember that you can choose whatever currency you want. Okay, so what does this page shows us? So first of all, oh, this quarter just started. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I haven't thought about it. Yeah, let's take trailing 3 months, so the last 3 months. And the granularity, which we choose weekly. So every column is week of the year, right? And we can change the granularity by monthly, quarterly, yearly, and you can see the statistics on a monthly basis, in the quarterly basis. But from the management perspective, especially on Amazon, where everything changes so quickly and you set up the budget most likely in the bi-weekly basis, it's better to see the weekly statistics. So obviously on the top line we have the total revenue, which is which is comprised of organic revenue and ads revenue. I think there's no need to explain to what is organic and what is advertising. So basically the advertising is when you have a sales from the sorry, I'm a bit sleepy, from the video banner or from the FUI page or any other page that you can see like a little tab commercial or advertising. So this is the sales from that kind of and external ads, and obviously this is the ads that you incur from other sources that you are running. Anyway, from our point of view, you can see that, oh yeah, and by the way, lower you can see how much it was in quantities and how much it was in dollars. And by the way, if you choose the dollars, you see you have the quantities a little bit in the gray, right? And when you click on the quantities, you see all of the statistics that comprised from quantities. I hope it all makes sense. So you're not, it's made so you're not messed up like numbers of a different measurements. All right. Oh, and by the way, shout out to all of our Excel lovers. You know, you can multiply it a gazillion cells in this tab, and it will show you right at the bottom the sum, the average, the median, and how much cells did you select. You can click shift and select different cells. It's very handy for the like tech savvy and accounting savvy people. But anyway, what I wanna do is to walk you through all of the statistics that we have, so you have a glimpse of what it's all about and why we have it. Okay, so as I already explained, the sales metric pretty self-explanatory, obvious, nothing fancy, right? Organic ads total in quantities and in the money. All right, then, oops. All right, I have nothing to hide, right? I have absolutely nothing to hide. So here we have operational costs, like how much of a COGS we incurred on the amount that we sold, right? You may ask, where did you get this number, right? I would tell you, you go to my previous video where I showed you the page of COGS right here when you see all of the shipments coming. So this is actually the number that has been taken per unit to calculate the cost of goods sold. It's a simple arithmetic. You multiply the amount of being sold to amount of COGS to this ACE and you get the number, right? Then you have amount of refunds for this specific week. How much? Oh, and by the way, you can click a little arrow here and see all of the ASINs. But again, for the sake of simplicity, I will not do this because you know it could be a mess. So our management is doing it like ASIN by ASIN. For the video, I'll just show you bird's eye view, let's say. Okay, then you have the statistics of the amount of money being paid to the customers for the returns, right? It's pretty painful, but it is what it is, as all of the people say. What can we do about returns? Anyway, then we have the referral fee and marketplace fee. For those who don't know, Amazon take a big chunk of the money and all of the proceeds that you actually earn. Let me show you here. For example, we get the weekly statistics. We call it like last week. So Amazon from our store takes 58% of all of the proceeds. And most of it would be the marketplace fees like referral fee and fulfillment fee and refunds. Then we have the warehouse fee, and you see warehouse fee is not taken like most of the weeks, right? It takes on the first week of the next month. So, and sometimes there are like additional fees for the long storage fee or overage fee. When they happen, you just see them. But these like huge amounts you can see, and then like once per 4 week. And then you have a reimbursements. What is a reimbursement? Reimbursement is basically Amazon taking responsibility for the losing the inventory, for damaging the inventory, or not receiving the inventory from the client within 45 days, I suppose. Okay, so it's your income, it's your revenue, it's a money that you previously paid for the return, and then Amazon told you like, you know what, for like a couple of units, yeah, we messed up, we just return your money, and they return money. Okay, where we go, what we see below, we see ads. Again, ads is a significant part of marketplace selling. We're on different type of ads, as you might see, and again, you can see the internal ads from the marketplace and the internal external ads that you can run. And here we have the statistic for that. You can see how much your money you spent on the specific type of advertising. However, there are some ads like sponsored brand videos that you may not be capable to distill within ASINs because Amazon simply doesn't give you the statistics for that. That's why we take the total amount and divide it equally to all of the ASINs being actively on sale, because there is no other way. Anyway, you could see the total amount, which will bring you to the next statistics, which is called CPA. But before CPA, let's talk on the ACOS and TACOS. For the ACOS actually means that is how much money you spend on advertising and how much sales you get in return for that. But TACOS means how much money you spend on the advertising and divide this number by the total amount of sales that you incurred within this period. Because advertising sale is not only advertising sales, it could like boost your organic sales as well. Why? Because when you run the advertising, you improve your keyword search, and you increase your ranking, and you just become on the top search organically if you have lots of sales on a specific keyword. Thinking about like a shelf, in Walmart or in Publix or anywhere, right? You go and you see the product on the shelf. So when you run ads for your product, it's gradually increasing the position on the shelf, being like right in front of the eyes of your customers, not just like way below or somewhere in a different category, but just right in front of the eyes. This is the most sweet spot that every seller wants to bring their product in. So that's why it's very important to run ads. A little side note. Yeah, so and when you have all of these numbers, you essentially could get the CPA. CPA, it's how much money you spend to make one sale, right? So in our case, every sale that we make costs us $33 on ads, right? So in other words, if we have a product selling for $100, 33% of this 100 were already spent on advertising. And again, you can see the statistic that directly into different ASINs, to different parent and child ASINs. Pretty handy, especially when you do week by week comparison. Then we have performance metric and financial metrics. Performance metrics is comprised of average order value, that like how much is on average your product was cost to the customers. Your sales velocity, how fast you sell per day within this specific time frame. So it's like 36 pieces per day within this time frame, within this week 16. Then you have inventory balance of how much inventory you actually have on hand. And again, you have the statistics as a number and as a book value. Book value, again, taken by the simple arithmetic by calculating the inventory value by the COGS of each ASIN. Pretty straightforward, but sellers sometimes neglect that. And then we have a turnover ratio. Turnover ratio is, in the simple terms, is how much of your all inventory you sold within this particular week. So essentially, as you can see, we sell about 10% of our inventory every week, which means that we deplete our inventory completely within 10 weeks. And you can see the confirmation of this outcome by looking at the days inventory on hand, the next performance metrics. If you have doubts of how any metric was calculated, you see that we have a little calculator here, like a little calculator, and it highlights what actually metric was taken in order to calculate your metric that you're actually checking. Makes sense? Makes sense. Thank you. Then, oops, where's my? Yeah. And finally, we go with a payout, return COGS, and P&L. Okay, payout. What is a payout? Payout is how much money you would expect from the marketplace within this particular time frame. Because I will tell this once again, Amazon make the sales, you get the proceeds. The proceeds were stored in your account for 2 weeks at least, even more. And it's super hard to track how much you would expect when the disbursement date come. So we have an estimation of how much. How we do this? Click the little calculator and it will show you. Essentially what it takes all of the revenue, subtract all of the expenses that you have within your store, and then it shows you the payout. And then we have the same payout statistic per piece of how much we would expect from one piece, just one little piece. Yeah, obviously, if this amount is lower than your COGS, you have a rough awakening that you're selling at a loss. And where will you see that? You will see that at the profit and loss statistics. So you have a P&L of all of your store, or you can distill it to a particular unit of how much dollars any particular unit or parent ASIN will bring you. Again, if you don't know, click the little calculator and it will show you how we calculate the P&L. There's not much of a difference from payout. However, there is a really important note that some sellers, they run ads using their credit cards to get the cash back, and membership points and whatnot. And essentially what it does, it increases your payout, because since you pay your advertising on a credit card, it means that Amazon will not charge the money from you for the advertising. It will charge you your card but not your accounts. It means that the payout will be higher. Yeah, and last two metrics, we have the markup and contribution margin in percent. Essentially, contribution margin in percent is a rate of a dollar amount in a percentage term, and the markup is how much your final price is bigger than your COGS. In most of the cases, it's roughly like 400%. So basically, if you sell good, if your COG is I don't know, $20, you most likely will sell it on Amazon for 80, considering the fulfillment fee, referral fee, refunds, storage fee, advertising, and all of that. That's actually how it goes. Yeah, that's it. That's the statistics and metrics. Yeah, I'm definitely should abstain of recording this at night. Okay, anyway, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Good night. Bye bye.